Welcome back, all of you amazing subscribers and all of you fabulous trail runners out there. I'm Dustin Hall, and today I'm going to give you my thoughts after testing of Altra's new racer, the Mont Blanc, up against their all-new trail cruiser, the Timp 4. Altra's been putting in a lot of work in the last couple years to release new shoes and revamp old favorites, and that hard work is showing in everything except maybe the Lone Peak 5. But come on, I mean, it's a Lone Peak. At the end of the day, you know what you're getting time and time again. But that's not the point. Today, we're talking about the Mont Blanc versus the Timp 4. Two very different shoes to serve different purposes, and I'm putting them head to head. I've probably got 30 miles on both pairs of shoes, and even a couple miles with one on each foot, which I will say was not as awkward as I thought. Let's talk about which shoe I thought performed well. First up, weight. The Timp 4 is over 10.5 ounces in my size, where the Mont Blanc is about 9.5. Easy. It was a very easy decision that weight underfoot goes to the Mont Blanc. Now, the first couple miles with them both on, I'll have to say, wasn't that noticeable. But if my long days in the military taught me anything, it's ounces equal pounds and pounds equal pain. So mile 1 through 4, or how many ever I ran at the same time, didn't feel big. I do know that slight difference at mile 40, mile 50, mile 70 can be a game changer. So I'm giving this round to the Mont Blanc. Next up, we're talking about the toe box. Both of these amazing shoes are on the standard toe box for Altra, which is the middle of their lineup. But with them on, there's a big noticeable difference. Especially for me, I have a slightly wider foot as my 5th metatarsal does bow outwards, and I get a lot of rubbing and pain there. And being the same size, when I had them both on and locked down, the Mont Blanc was still comfortable, but it felt slightly tight overall. Maybe that's because of how the upper's designed, or because I had to crank down to get a good fit. Where the Timp 4, I never felt that pressure, I never felt that rubbing, and it was really comfortable. So this round goes to the Timp 4. Round 3, let's talk about traction, as we've got two completely different outsoles here. We've got the Max Track, which is new, and we've got the Vibram Light Base. Both are good in their own right, but one I found to be a little bit more lacking overall when it comes to that tacky, wet rock, and one you could run with in confidence. I prefer the light base of the Mont Blanc, especially in the situation of if I'm racing. I don't want to have that doubt in the back of my mind that I'm not going to keep good footing. Category 4, let's talk about lockdown. The Timp 4 has a more padded tongue. I think it has a better lace pattern. It also has flat laces and a more padded heel collar. Where the Mont Blanc is stripped down, it uses more of a paracord type shoestring. It has a very shallow heel cup and very, very flexible, which to me has made this shoe very difficult to get the fit right. Now I've done it, but usually it takes quite a bit of finagling. So in this case for lockdown, I'm going to go with the Timp 4. Next up, let's talk price for perceived value. The Mont Blanc comes in at $180. This shoe is designed to be a racer. It is lighter and it wants to go fast. Coming in $20 cheaper at $160 is the Timp 4, a highly padded trail cruiser that can do a little bit of all of it. Personally, I'm going to give this round to the Timp 4, but I do think that that's going to come down to personal preference. If you need a race shoe and you want that max track, then you might score that differently. However, to me, I want to get the long miles out of this that I know it's going to provide time and time again. And finally, overall comfort. And this was hard because they both excel in different places. The Timp 4, better lockdown, overall secure heel, high cushion, very comfortable underfoot, wider toe box. Where the Mont Blanc has an even higher stack height, it gives a little bit more of that squishy feeling underfoot and that energy return and more protection. Couldn't feel quite as much on the trail because of it. And protection's a big deal. That upper material is a lot more breathable, and especially for the Midwest, that's going to be important as we quickly turn from snow and ice to 90 and very humid. However, I'm going to once again score this to the Timp 4, and that comes from I can go with a little bit less protection underfoot. It's not noticeable. It's only a few millimeters of stack height. Neither one has a stone guard. Neither one of them has a rock guard. But to me, that comfort in the forefoot and the lockdown are the big winners. So overall, I think both shoes are great. So what would I recommend? Well, if you're looking for a light racer with traction and the shoe works with your foot and you can get an easy lockdown, as other runners have said they have, I just struggled with it, you can't go wrong with the Mont Blanc. But to me, at this point, the clear winner is this Timp 4. It's a lower price point. I'm going to take this out in more conditions, on more terrain, comfortably and confidently knowing that my heel is going to be locked in place, that I'm not going to get any uncomfortable running, and that I can go the distance with this at the same time. Probably won't be setting any FKTs with it, but it is a staple. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the description below. And if you're looking for my initial impressions and deeper thoughts on any of these shoes, I'm going to link them both right here for you. Thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. It means the world.